Yo, what's going on guys, DodgerHD here, welcome back to a brand new video. Today I'm going to get straight into it by saying in Black Ops 4 I'm going to be talking about some news and information and even further DLC and expansions that we're going to be getting. Firstly, I want to talk about this. This is the new map you're going to be seeing as alongside the firing range map. This is Sunset Seaside or Seaside, it's a fucking mouthful. Seaside Sunset, I do believe. And basically what it is that they've taken the original maps of what they were and replaced them with the Sunset version of this and then the firing range night. So they didn't add these two new maps separately, so there's not two sets of maps. They've taken the maps out and they've put these maps in, and I'm not sure how long they're going to be out of the game for. People are wondering that, but we will find that out in the future. So for now we have two new maps, essentially firing range night, which I didn't get gameplay because I couldn't even get into a game for some reason. I couldn't find a single match in any playlist, but I did get into this, which to be honest is not one of my favorite maps, but I played it for gameplay for you guys. But anyway, as we have these maps, I'll let you know when we get a rotation of these maps back to the old ones in a new video. But today is the main focus, is what I wanted to talk about is the store, the Blackjack store, the tier progression, the operations, everything cosmetic in the store. I just want to talk about like everything as soon as I can, and I'm going to get into it. So firstly I want to talk about the Blackjack store. Blackjack store, people are wondering, when are we going to be getting new content? Because there was a developer, an art developer for Treyarch, that actually posted out two images of the I think two specialist images, one for Seraph and one for Crash, do believe, or Ajax, I think. Yeah, and then he posted them up on Twitter, and these looked amazing, and they mostly kind of look legendary. The only reason he'd post them is because they'd be legendary or ultra rare or something like that. They'd be high to get, but they look super cool. And I'm not sure if I'm gonna do videos on the weekly resets or the daily. Well, daily resets are kind of iffy, but the weekly resets and the new outfits that we get for the characters, and I might do a quick review on them. I'm not sure, let me know if you want to see that. But another part of the store I wanted to talk about is, well, the main part of this video I want to talk about is basically the operations. So if you guys remember, if you've played Black Ops 4 since the release, we didn't have the operations when the game came out. I think we got the operation First Strike, which is the first operation that we got. We've got that operation about, I think, I want to say a week or a couple days or a week after the game's release. We got the operation, and that basically is a tier progression system, a bit like Fortnite. I know people use that as an example, it's a kind of shitty example, but it's exactly what it is. It's a tier progression system where you would play and you progress each tier, and each tier, or majority tiers, you would get something cosmetic. You would get like face paint, or you get an outfit for your character, or you would get a calling card or an emblem. You'd get random stuff. Instead, they've kind of like, it's kind of similar to the supply drop system, but you have to work progression. What the catch is you have to play the game. It's not that terrible. You have to play the game in order to progress. You play, I think someone said about 60 hours in order to get to the first 100, and at the minute I've checked and I'm at tier 117, and that's on top of 5, 6, 7, that's after an entire week of playing the Quad XP event, which encased the double tier progression, which was 5 days long. And then they also, 2 weeks before that, they also had a 2-day weekend of the double tier progression. So they kind of need to boost it up in order for people to get the good like gear that they want. At the end of the whole thing, they get signature weapons, and they also get mastercraft camos, and these mastercraft camos are kind of rare. They're pretty cool, I'm not gonna lie. The ICR one is like at tier 200, as well as the Hudson skin for blackout, which it's pretty hard to get if you don't play really often. And at the minute I think there's about 18 or 19 days left for Xbox, and I think there's about 11 or 12 days for PlayStation. I'm not too sure. I know PlayStation are 7 days ahead because they get everything ahead, but what I wanted to talk about is they need to boost up the progression, which that's an issue within itself. Another thing that they need to do is kind of have more incentive, like they kind of focusing more on the smaller tiers that you buy for signature weapon craft, which is a great example. There's a 2-pack, I think it's the winter weapons, which you get the definitive pistol for, yeah, the definitive Mastercraft pistol, and you also get the Mastercraft, what gun is it? I think it's the Vapor or the Maddox, and I think it's the Maddox, I'm not too sure. But you get 2 camos and for these guns, and you also get like a bunch of random fucking calling cards and emblems no one really cares about. But the catch that everyone fucking hates, and I kinda hate it too, and I'm not even buying it, is that it's a third of the game. Like a 10-tier progression that you have to play for like, what was it? I think someone said about you have to play for 8 hours in order to get both guns, and you pay $20 for it, and that's a third of the base game, and it's fucking ridiculous to me. And I'm pretty sure if they see videos like this and they see videos of people complaining and like giving suggestions, they might change it. But for now, I'm not bothering with any of those smaller tier progressions. I'm just gonna flow with the free stuff. Again, the main focus of this video was to talk about the tiers, and one of the main things I have on my list to talk about is actually what the next tier is going to be, what the next operation is going to be, because at the minute we have Operation First Strike. PlayStation are on about 11 days left, and we on Xbox have about, and PC sorry, have about 18-19 days roughly, something like that. And in basically, I want to say by the halfway through the first week of December, we should be getting our next tier or operation. If not, we're not sure how the operations work. We're not sure if directly after this operation, when it's over, are we going to be getting another operation, like, or is there going to be a couple days or a week break where we don't have anything to grind and we have to wait for the second strike or whatever it's going to be called, you know? We're going to have to wait for that. We're not too sure. We're going to find out. We still don't have too much information on the Black Ops Pass. I know this is part of the Black Ops Pass, and I've seen a lot of videos of people like just complaining, or not in a bad way, I'm not saying it in a bad way, like they're complaining, but they're also like giving ideas, they're criticizing the game in a good way, which they're trying to help out. And yeah, you know, it's right, like I did say in my last video, it was kind of lazy developing from Treyarch to drop a whole fucking $100 game. I bought a $100 game. Most people bought the $100 game. To drop a $100 game with 15 maps, and 5 of those maps are already like used maps. We've already played them. A third of the fucking game, I want to say. Oh well, a third of the multiplayer experience has been played for the past 10 years by everybody, and it's ridiculous. And I'm not going to get too much into it because I did get into it in the last video. If you want to see that, link will be at the end of this video. But I just want to see the progression and what's exactly going to be happening with the store, you know, because if they implement the store and the operations, then that's just going to be more money for Activision, which again, that's how they make their money, from micro DLCs and big DLCs and these small camos and like outfits that you buy. One thing I do want to see in the store is purchasable camos. Back in Ghosts, that's exactly what we had. I always bring up Ghosts for examples. I probably did in my last video, but in Ghosts we had full sets that you could buy. You could buy camos, you could buy a pack that has the camo, the emblem, the calling card and the outfit all together for like $10 fucking, and you'd buy that and that'd be sorted. I want to see that, but for progression. Give us like $5 or $10 and let us fucking grind the game for 10 hours and earn it, you know? But there might be a part 2 to this video. I'm gonna have to wrap this one up. Thank you guys again for watching. Hopefully you did enjoy. If you did and you want to see more gameplay like this and anything on my channel, it will be linked in the description below and at the end of this video. Click a video on screen right now. Thank you guys. Peace.